What's up everyone, this is JP with ORACLE Lighting, and today we have this awesome challenger in the shop, getting some surface mount dynamic halos installed. This kit's gonna work for any Dodge Challenger 2015 to 2022. We're gonna show you how to do that install from start to finish. Let's get into it. All right, so to start, we're gonna go ahead and prep our surface. We're gonna wipe this clean with an alcohol pad. You might be able to notice we actually just removed some old halos here and we're upgrading them to the dynamic ColorSHIFT. We're gonna go ahead and prep the other side. All right, and next, we're gonna take our adhesion promoter packet that's included in the box and we're gonna wipe the surface with the adhesion promoter wipe, and then we're gonna let that dry. That's gonna help with bonding for the halo. All right, while our adhesion promoter is drying, we're gonna go ahead and remove these panels so we can pull our wiring through. Set this off to the side. So we're on the passenger side of the car, so we're gonna find our packet of halos that says 163-R. That's gonna be for the passenger side. So we're gonna install our inner halo first. We're gonna pass our cable up through between the headlight lens. We're gonna pull that right up and through. We're gonna peel off our red backing for the VHV adhesive. Get our halo nice and centered up, and then we're gonna press it down. So now we're gonna install the outer halo. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna run our cable through. This space is a little tighter. We're gonna remove our red backing. Now the trick with this outer halo, as you can see, the bezel on the outer side does sit a little bit lower, so we're gonna wanna do a slight tilt on the halo. And then we're gonna go ahead and stick it on. Now we just need to repeat those same steps on the driver's side, and then we can wire up our controller. All right, so now that we have our halos mounted, we're gonna do a little bit of cable management. We're gonna take our two halo cables from the driver's side. We're gonna pass them under the bumper framing here. We're just gonna get this over to the passenger side. We're gonna leave those right here. We're gonna get a couple of zip ties here just to make sure the wires are secured. So we've got our dynamic all-in-one controller. We'll go ahead and get our wires separated. So we've got our output connectors here. We're gonna go ahead and run this down under. Grab our output cables here. Gonna get two of our cables over to our two cables for the driver's side halos. Gonna plug those in. So we put a piece of double-sided adhesive on the controller unit. We're gonna pull off this red backing here, and we're just gonna find a place to stick this down. So there's a lot of surface here. We're gonna go ahead and stick this to the frame just right here. And we're gonna plug in our passenger side halos. Dielectric grease in these plugs before you connect them goes a really long way for keeping all of the contacts corrosion free. So this kit comes with some optional wires that we can connect. So we've got a white wire here. This would usually function as a DRL. However, the Challenger does not have an ignition source that switches on and off in the front of the car. If you want to wire this up, you can wire this to a toggle switch. We're not going to do that today. When this wire is energized, it'll make the halos default to white. And then when this wire is not energized, you'll be able to use the dynamic chasing patterns or change the colors as normal. And then we have a yellow wire. This is going to be for turn signal. We're going to connect this to the turn signal wire and the headlight harness. So the wire we're looking for is a white with gray stripe, and that is going to be on the clip side of the plug. From the right, it is going to be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th pin location. We're going to get a T-tap here. All right, so we got that clamped down. We're gonna grab one of our wires labeled turn signal. Now, it's worth noting the one that's bundled with the white wire is gonna be for the passenger side. Gonna strip the end of this wire. And we're gonna grab a male spade connector. You can find these at your nearest auto parts store. It makes the install a lot easier. We're gonna go ahead and crimp that down. We wanna make sure that our contact is in the center. If it's not, if it's bent off to the side, you can go ahead and bend it. We're gonna go ahead and plug that in to our T-tap. Now when we hit the turn signal, both halos on this side are gonna flash. Plug that back in, and now we're gonna connect the yellow wire for the driver's side to the same exact colored wire and pin location on the driver's side headlight plug. So all that's left for the controller is to connect directly to the battery source. We're gonna use the jumper post on the side of the fuse panel. It's a 13mm bolt. We're gonna loosen that bolt slightly. You don't have to take it off all the way. We're gonna slide our red cable with the fork terminal underneath the nut. And we're gonna put that right back down. Now we're gonna do the same exact thing with our 10mm factory ground right here. All right, so we've got the halos installed, we've got everything wired up and ready to go. The last thing we need to do is put these panels back on. All right, we're good to go.